So here's Camp Davis Speedway road course, version 1. Just sort of laid it out. We were doing some work with a track loader. My brother-in-law did most of it. Awesome job over on another part of the property. And so since I have it here, I figured I'd clear this out. You may have seen this same woods with a bunch of trees and big boulders and stuff in it, but that track hoe about shook me to death. I can't run it very well, but I was able to at least clear out some the big the trees, some of the small trees, kind of ripped them up and shoved some of the dirt off into berms over here and over there, and a little berm there. Oh, there's some clay I brought in. It's got some rocks in it, but I think that's going to help the dirt oval. So this is where the road course is going to be, and I'll go through it here in a minute. And I'm just going to turn it around, try not to make you dizzy. Just turn it around, and there's the dirt track. It's not in really good shape right now. We've been away for a couple of weeks, and we had that work going on the other part of the property. But we had a tremendous thunderstorm last night, and the only place we lost integrity, where we lost part of the track, is over there, and I know exactly how I'm going to fix that. So it actually weathered really well. Haven't had near enough time to work on this as I'd like. We're doing other things. But so just on the other side, so one side you got oval, the other side you got the road course. So the way this road course is going to go is, so here's a start finish line right here. And we'll move around this direction and kind of make a berm there. And then come around with kind of a hairpin with that berm helping you out. And then another hairpin right here. And then come back around, sort of an S, right? And then it's going to come back right along the back side of that metal piece, and it's going to come here, a 90-degree turn there, and then another turn there. But the turn's going to come back on this side of the normal-looking tree there, and then come back still on that side, on this side of the little skinny tree, and then work around the corner there. And there's enough space. It's like 8 feet between that normal-looking tree and that L-looking tree. Backward L-looking tree. And there's going to be a run right through there, and there's going to be by jumps and double jumps and things. And then there's going to be a super berm, a big old berm there. And then coming around is going to be sort of like a turn you might see on a tri-oval on asphalt track, because it's not quite a straightaway, but you should still be able to get a really good speed run coming up that hill there, and then come right across here into the start finish line again. So I'm going to walk the track. You probably already figured out that the white is the driver's side, and you'll see some black here and there, and that'll be the passenger side. Obviously the dirt needs a lot of work, but hey, that's good workout, right? So won't be as hard to do as the oval track was, because it won't have to be that clean. But so we started the start finish line. Oh, about here probably, right? About the middle of the driver stand. So start finish line right here. Work your way through. Going to be a berm. Not sure how much you're going to be able to get out of that, but we'll do something. Try not to make it at least not flat. Come around that corner. And then another turn right here, like a hairpin turn right here. And some of these markers may not be indicative of what it's really going to be, because, when you start putting the actual pipe up we're going to use, it'll look a little bit better. And then come back around here. And then I really want to make this a nice bank corner right here, so you don't have to lose too much speed. Come around this way. And then after that bank, you're going to have a pretty quick, kind of a gentle turn up that way. You can see the driver stand that way, so kind of a gentle turn as over here. Maybe a jump to kind of have to do a turning jump. Everybody kind of likes those, right? So we're coming this way, gentle turn. And then here's an actual 90-degree turn, so you're not going to go right into the front stretch. There's the front stretch right there, right? So we'll do a 90-degree turn, and then head along the opposite direction from that front stretch, right? The front stretch again back is over here now. So go over here and make a good turn here. Don't hit the tree. And then this is actually a nice sweeping turn. It's actually quite wide coming around there, so you should be able to keep some speed up. I imagine there'd be some jumps here, you know, some jumps through here, and then you're coming this way. Right here, and I'll call this the squeeze right here. It's about 6 feet across, so you're going to have to hit this pretty precision-wise. So moving along here, and I'm not sure these trees are going to survive. I think they may end up getting taken out. I don't know, but there's going to be a berm, a turn of some sort here. You can see there's the inside of the turn right there. There's going to be a berm cut, or even a flat turn. I'm not sure what yet, but coming around this way. But the point is I want to have it be able to get you set up for all the jumps that are going to be here. I figured there'd be a jump, maybe a double jump, you know, try to skip a jump, right? That sort of thing. So it's going to go there straight up that way and jump and jump. And then you can see the pile there. That pile over there is going to be turned into a berm, a really big berm probably. So here you're doing your jumps, nice straightaway, you know, because you're kind of far away from the driver's stand at this point. It'd be nice to, you know, you want to see the jumps happening, but you want to have a lot of space to do it with. And then the car will come around this way, and I'll give you the inside of the corner. See the inside of the corner right there. Very wide corner here in my mind, I think. You know, kind of be forgiving again because you're kind of far from the driver's stand at this point. And try to minimize the wrecks. Have it fun, but not like wreck you all the time, because if you're out here by yourself, you don't want to go fixing your car every 30 seconds, right? So you'll come around this corner here. Maybe a nice berm, depending on what I can build up. Maybe over time it'll change. And then now we're on that uphill straightaway right here on your speed run. Right here. Just a little bit of a turn here. You'll probably try to straighten that out as much as you can as you're driving. And then back up to the start finish. Ooh, it's mushy. Start finish line. So that's the idea anyway. I'm probably gonna put this in front of my boys and see what they say, see if they've got any ideas. Of course, you know, you can only do so much with what space you've got, but we'll see if they have any ideas. There was a couple things I was hoping to do I wasn't able to do just because of space. I was hoping to have, like, and maybe they can help me figure it out. I was hoping that, so I'm sort of standing on this driver stand now. I was thinking to have a long straightaway down the middle here, jumping away from you, and then, you know, turning at the end. But if you do that, then you're cutting off everything else. Really, the only way I could figure to do that would be to have like a jumping overpass or something like that. And I don't know if I want to get into that or not. But in any case, because it kind of switches the side of the track you're on, it's kind of hard to explain, but if you cut the space you've got right down the middle, at some point you got to jump over it. So I decided not to do that, at least not yet, not in this first thoughts. This will be in my brain now, and I'll be able to kind of work it through and see if there's anything else comes to mind. But I'm using most of the space, and that's kind of what I was looking for, just making, you know, use all the space up. So this has probably gone pretty long. I cut it in the middle too. I have to paste it together, I guess. In any case, isn't that a neat tree? That's weird. Anyway, that's it. Now the work begins as soon as I have some time to do it. But anyway, hope I didn't bore you too much. Maybe you're doing your own backyard track or whatever, and just put this on there. Probably no one will look at it really, but there it is. Oh, let me mention this too. I've got, you see the white down, maybe you might see the white there in the middle of the screen. That's actually PEX tubing. So I'm going to run that PEX, before I do anything here, that PEX is going to get buried under all of this and come up here. It won't be buried deep enough to keep it from freezing. I'll just open it up in the wintertime, so, you know, so it won't bust or anything. But yeah, and then I'm going to run it up here. I'll have water for both tracks to be able to do that. And I've got internet. I don't have the wire on it right now, but I got internet I'm bringing up from a workshop that's down that way about, I don't know, about 200 feet or so. And then not going to have power yet, I don't think. I think if I do have lights, I got a couple generators, and I'll just crank up a generator to run up here until I get some power run. It's like 200 feet down that way, and I don't know, I don't feel like paying for the wire for that just yet. So there's that. That's our plans. Wife says she wants me to paint this green or something so it doesn't show from the road, because it does. You can actually see that you can see this part of the track from the road. So yeah, I'll probably paint this side of it green, leave the inside of it white. But boys say I should paint it red and white along the back stretch, which is very likely going to happen. So I'll get to that. But just life happens. You don't get to use it. Don't get to work on it much. Anyway, long enough. Talk to you later.